Knew something was terribly wrong the moment I saw roofs peeking through the trees on my private island. But nothing could have prepared me for what the HOA had done. They built 10 cabins without my permission. Before I tell you how this disaster turned into the most shocking justice I've ever seen, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Kindness Spark. Your support keeps stories like this alive. My island wasn't just a patch of land in the middle of a lake. It was my sanctuary, the place where I spread my father's ashes, where I healed after my divorce, and where I wrote the first chapters of the book that changed my life. The island was peace, history, and heart all in one. So when my neighbor called and said, "You need to get to your lake right now," I didn't waste a second. I jumped in my truck, raced down the familiar dirt road, and froze when I reached the dock. My island didn't look like my island anymore. The trees had been cut. The shoreline was covered with construction materials. And worst of all, a giant banner hung across the water. HOA Lakeside Retreat, coming soon. My stomach twisted. I pushed my boat into the water and sped across, anger building with every wave. When I reached the shore, 3 workers stood hammering wood planks, acting like they owned the place. Who authorized this? I demanded. One guy pointed casually behind him. Talk to the HOA president. She's inside the main cabin. Main cabin? My jaw clenched. I walked through the newly built structures, boxy, out-of-place vacation cabins, all sitting on my soil like parasites. When I reached the largest one, I saw her. Karen. The self-appointed tyrant of our HOA. Clipboard in hand, sunglasses indoors, acting like a queen surveying her kingdom. She looked up and smiled smugly. "Oh good, you're here. I've been meaning to talk to you. Why are you building on My Island?" I demanded. She laughed, actually laughed, like I'd made a cute joke. "This island belongs to the HOA now," she said. "We conducted a vote." A vote? I stared at her. "You can't vote to steal private property." She waved a hand dismissively. "You haven't used it in years. Abandoned land can be repurposed for community benefit. And besides, it's perfect for a retreat center. You'll thank me later." I felt the heat rising in my chest. The audacity. The arrogance. But behind all that anger, there was fear. Fear that they had already ruined the land where I talked to my father when I missed him. Fear that they'd destroyed memories I could never get back. I took a deep breath to steady myself. "Pack this up," I said softly. "Now." Karen folded her arms. "No. The project is already approved. We're almost finished. You can take it up with the HOA board." Oh, I would. But not the way she expected. The first challenge, proof. Karen tried to make it seem hopeless. She sent documents. Threat letters. HOA notices claiming community ownership. But she didn't know one thing. My deed held a clause that no one in the HOA had ever seen. A clause written by the original landowner, my grandfather, stating that the island could never be transferred, annexed, or repurposed by any community authority. It was legally bulletproof. Still, I wanted backup. So I hired a lawyer and a surveyor to document every illegal structure, every cut tree, every bit of damage. Then came the moment I'd been waiting for. The HOA meeting. Karen called a special meeting in the clubhouse. She didn't know I'd invited the sheriff and the county land commissioner. The room was packed. Karen marched to the front like she was about to give the speech of her life. "As you all know," she began, "we have successfully reclaimed the abandoned island and are expanding our HOA assets." "No," I said loudly, standing up. "You illegally built cabins on my private property." Karen rolled her eyes. "We're not doing this again." But the sheriff stepped forward. "Actually, we are." Gasps filled the room. Karen blinked. "Excuse me." The county land commissioner placed a folder on the table. "This is the official land survey," he said. "The island is privately owned." Karen chuckled nervously. "Well, obviously, the HOA." And here, I interrupted,